Good morning everybody and welcome to Heronbrook Farm Kitchen. It is fantastic to have you here. As always, today we're going to make banana bread. So let's talk about this banana bread. This isn't ordinary banana bread. This is without doubt the world's best banana bread, and I know that is a bold claim. I've visited many cafes, many restaurants all around the world. Everywhere I go, I taste banana bread. This one that we make here at Heronbrook Farm, I guarantee if you make it at home, you will acknowledge it is the best in the world. So let's have a little cut into it. This has been out of the oven about an hour. It's still slightly warm, slightly crumbly. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. It's soft, it's banana-y, it's velvety. We've got some walnuts in there, which is our special ingredient. You are absolutely gonna love it. Let's talk about economics for a moment. I want to talk about investment and I want to talk about return. There's a lot of stuff I do in the kitchen. We make a lot of bread, we make pasta, all sorts of things. This recipe here for banana bread with walnuts is without a doubt the best return on the investment of time you can make. It's 20 minutes of prep, it's an hour in the oven, an hour of cooling, and you are eating this delicious banana loaf. So do give it a try. I absolutely promise you won't be disappointed. And also just to say, it is Sunday lunchtime, and what does Sunday mean at Heronbrook Farm? It means olive focaccia. So I've also just made this beautiful bad boy, a delicious olive focaccia. This is ready to eat now. If you're interested in knowing how to make this one, we've done a recipe on this before. And if you look up here, you'll be able to click a link and somehow through the magic of YouTube, get into that recipe. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients we're going to need. You're going to need some plain flour, 280 grams of that. And then some raising agent, and we use bicarbonate of soda and baking powder, and you need a teaspoon of each of those. That's about 5 grams of each of those. You're going to need the spices. We use ground ginger and cinnamon, probably about 2 teaspoons of each of those, so about 10 grams of each of those, but that does make it quite spicy. So if you like it not quite so spicy, you can cut back on that. You're going to need 2 eggs, which we're going to beat up. You need about 2 bananas. 2 medium-sized bananas is going to give you about 200 grams of mashed banana, and that's absolutely perfect. 270 grams of soft brown sugar. You can use a light brown or a dark brown. This is a light brown. And then you want 140 grams of butter. This is unsalted butter, and this is going to be melted before it's put into the mixture. And finally, we like to put walnuts in ours. About 75 grams of walnuts. These ones are whole. Before they go in, I'm going to just roughly chop them. That's the last thing that goes in. So let's get on with getting all these things combined. Okay, so let's get it combined. All of the action on this baby happens at the stand mixer. So I've changed how I normally do it because the stand mixer, as you know, is normally over there. I've brought it here, so hopefully you can see better. So straight into the bowl of the stand mixer with the brown sugar and the eggs. No need whatsoever to beat them up because the stand mixer is going to do that for us. Put that on. And then we're going to use this K-beater, but this is a special one. It's got a silicone edge to it, which really helps just to get everything combined. So click that on there, bring the bowl up, and we just want to bring that together on a slowish speed to start with. And then once it's combined, we can speed it up. So I'd say about a minute of mixing to get that nicely combined. Then you want to do in a separate bowl, you want to get your flour, you want to go in with the bicarbonate of soda and the baking powder, get those in, and also the spices, the cinnamon and the ginger, get those in, and get a spoon, just any old spoon, and just combine those together. Like that. Put that to one side. Then we've got our bananas. We just put them on a plate. The riper the bananas, the better. As you can see, these ones are pretty ripe. Just mash them up with a fork, and they're going to go straight in to the mix now. And again, just not even a minute, just to get that combined. Okay, that's looking great. And what we're now going to do is go in with the flour. And what I like to do is not chuck that in one great lump. I like to get a bit of it in first by just spooning it in. And this is where you can't see clearly. I'll get the little camera and we'll have a look in a minute. So as you can see, that's where this K-beater with the silicone edge is so awesome, because as it's going, it's scraping down the sides. If you didn't have the one with silicone, you could still do it with the normal K-beater, but you'd have to stop all the time and scrape the sides down. Okay, once that's started to incorporate, you can get the rest of the flour in. Beautiful. And then we're going to go in with the butter. So the butter I've just melted on the stove, and with it still going slowly, we just pour that in. And you do want to be a bit careful because this will splash everywhere. Now just turn it up a bit and get the butter properly incorporated. So you can see there the butter is now nicely incorporated into the mixture. So we can now go in with the walnuts, which I've roughly chopped on the board. Don't buy chopped walnuts, they're horrible things. Buy whole ones and chop them up yourselves. Straight in with the walnuts. Then literally just a couple of seconds, let that mix together, and then we need to get the loaf tin. So exactly the same process as on the English fruit loaf we made last week. I have greased this with butter, just with my fingers all the way around, poured some flour in, gone over the bin, shaken it about, emptied it out, and then I just sit this in the fridge until it's ready to be used. Turn that mixer off. So just get a bowl and we'll get a spatula and just scrape down the beater. This is quite a runny mixture, as you can see. Just get the most of that off, all that lovely goodness. Get rid of that. Scrape down the edges. And then literally just pour it in. Ever so easy. Pour it in like that. A bit more of a scrape, get the last bits out. I'll actually change spatula to this one, because that can really scrape around the edges. Get a bit messy. There we go. So I can't tip this up. I hope you can see. Right, just get the other camera. Literally covered in batter. So as you can see, that has just settled beautifully. Nice flat surface, and we're going to go straight into the oven with that. So I've turned the oven off actually. It has been preheating. I preheated it for 20 minutes to 180 degrees centigrade. As soon as it goes in, we're going to turn that down as normal. So let's get it in the oven. Okay, so straight into the centre of the oven. And then just turn that down to 160. That's it, we're going to bake it for 1 hour, 60 minutes. Right, time has just gone off, so it's time to get it out of the oven. Look at that. Okay, so with this one, just because it is slightly sticky, you need to leave it in the tin for 10 minutes just to cool down slightly. It'll pull away from the sides and then we can get it turned out. So there we go, 10 minutes has passed, so we can literally just turn it out now. Slips out beautifully. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic, delicious. If only you could smell it. When YouTube invents smell through the computer, that will be amazing. This whole kitchen smells of warm, beautiful banana loaf. So you saw at the beginning what it looks like. This is absolutely fantastic and delicious. I've really enjoyed making it today. I'm most of all looking forward to eating it. If you've enjoyed, do hit subscribe, follow along with us on loads of other recipes we've got coming. Hit the like button, leave us some comments, and we'll see you on the next one.